avatars are blowing up right now, and only a handful of content styles are actually carrying all of it. Most people come across this type of content and assume it's just hard to make, but once you understand which avatars are actually performing and how the content is structured, it becomes one of the easiest ways to build a page from scratch. So in this video, I'm breaking down some of the best AI avatar styles that are working right now, exactly how to make the content and how to turn it into a digital product that you can actually sell. All right, so many of you guys know about the avatar that I personally ran back in January-ish. Made a little bit over $17,000 just selling an ebook with this page alone. It wasn't multiple pages. Strictly this avatar only promoting one ebook. And as you can see, like my 6th video got 5 million views-ish. And then from there, it's pretty easy to just maintain the views on Instagram, 1.5, 100K, 100K, 100K. But I recently just started a new avatar and it's already at 3.2K followers on Facebook and around 300 on Instagram right now. And instead of doing it in the fitness kind of looks maxing niche, I mean, my account name on this page right here is literally Jake Looks Max. I decided to go into the health niche. I just barely started this one. We've already gotten a few sales, but as you can see, we've gotten around 100,000 views so far. And as you can see, I literally just started posting pretty recently. So if you guys watch close on the accounts that I'm specifically going to be going over, these are all based in the health niche because I'm not going to do a video on something that I'm not actively doing. So I'm specifically going to be going over accounts that are in the health niche. This is the first account we're going to start with. And the main thing that all these accounts that we're going to be going over have in common is the very first hook of the video is extremely eye-catching. And that's one of the biggest reasons to why your video will go viral, because you need to determine to the viewer in the first 3 seconds, does the first 3 seconds of my video actually have the ability to obtain my own attention? If you're making a video and your hook isn't even that great and you're like, this video would be boring in the back of your head, scratch that and make a better hook. You need to have something going on to where you'll see examples of what I go over, but you need to have things going on to where you're like, okay, I would personally stop scrolling and watch this video if it came across my feed specifically because of this reason in the hook. And that can be a visual hook, whether it's something that's going on in the very first scene or a text title, or a hook in the script, which would mean something that's said extremely bold at the beginning in the first sentence. But I mean, this page was barely started over a month ago, and this is the video I want to go over specifically.
Never eat these 3 deadly meats if you don't want to die tomorrow. The first is catfish. This is often sold as a cheap white fish, but it is frequently raised in rivers heavily polluted. With industrial runoff and heavy metals. These fish are notorious for carrying intestinal parasites that thrive in polluted, low oxygen water. You are essentially eating a sponge that has soaked up the parasites and pollution of the modern world. The second is tilapia. In industrial farming, these are bottom feeders raised in overcrowded, stagnant pits. Because they are packed so tightly, they are often living in their own waste, which makes them a breeding ground for parasites like skin flukes and tapeworms. The third is farmed salmon. If the label does not say wild caught, you are eating a fish that was raised in a cramped sea pen. These pens are often infested with sea lice, tiny parasites that eat the fish alive. To keep them sellable, the industry pumps them full of antibiotics and synthetic dyes to hide the gray, sickly color of their meat. When you eat these fish, you are absorbing those parasites and industrial chemicals directly into your bloodstream. Comment yes, and I will send you the healthier alternatives I recommend to every single one of my clients. Make sure you are following or Instagram.
First things first, there's a lot to go over, but first things first, not only is this an eye-catching hook with the fish here covered in ice, but also what he's saying is a good verbal hook. Never eat these 3 deadly fish or never eat these 3 deadly meats or something like that. Immediately gets the viewer's attention. Second of all, the video wasn't even formatted the best it possibly could and it still went viral, which just puts more emphasis on how good the hook was because people still stuck out through both sentences, even though he repeated the same one right after this. I'll play it real quick. But he repeated the same sentence twice and people kept watching because they were actually interested in the video.
But it is frequently raised in rivers heavily polluted. Right
there, he literally just repeated the same thing twice. And honestly, most people would get bored because people's attention spans naturally just won't sit through something if it's not entertaining or benefiting them in any single way. But the fact that people actually kept watching through this video, even though it repeated the same thing twice, just shows that people were actually interested and wanted to keep watching more, even though he already repeated something. Third of all, this is what you want to do when you're selling an ebook, or you can do this when you're affiliating for an Amazon product. I'll put some results on the screen, but most of my students personally just sell ebooks. We have a few people on brand deals specifically for Amazon products, but you have a lot more freedom when it comes to making your own product and setting it to what price that you want. And I mean, there's insane earning potential when it comes to you selling your own product because you're not getting commissions. you're actually getting the full price of whatever you set it to. I'll put it up on the screen, but Yang Mun, the one with like 2.5 million on Instagram, has made over $500,000 now from selling an ebook. That is all his money besides payment processor fees. So it honestly just comes down to, do you want to own your own product or do you want to affiliate for products? It's up to you. But when you have your own ebook, you would literally just put the link right here. You want to make your link as visible to most people as possible. So not only would I have it here, I would have it in the link in my bio. All right, now with this account, there's a bit of pros and cons. The pros is that it's insanely viral if you use this type of format, because as you can see, they have like less than 20, they have 14 posts and they're already averaging like 100,000 views per video. We got 900K here. And it did not take long at all for them to start getting views. But when you're strictly aiming to go viral, you're not going to convert as well. It's just how it naturally happens when you're more product focused. When you're more product focused and more focused on the facts of how it will help you and benefit your own life, you're going to convert better, but naturally people just aren't going to be as entertained because it's more information and less like dopamine that you're getting to your face from watching something on a screen. Of course, these videos are still making sales. I'm just saying this content style might not be converting as well as other ones because it's very, very strictly for views and the hooks. So let's just take a look at this video for an example. But I'm specifically showing you guys this account because if you wanted to get your account off the ground and running as fast as possible, I would definitely do a style like this because you can always pivot your hooks into slightly more converting styles as you go on. But let's just take a look at this video that almost is at 1 million now.
Die! Girl, put the flamethrower down.
What the hell is in that bucket?
Just some stuff from under my sink, babe.
Start by adding a baking soda and then pour in a bottle of white vinegar. Squeeze in the juice of half lemon and then finish with a good squeeze of dish soap. Comment wash and I'll send you the full recipe. Follow the page so I can message you.
Not a very long informational converting script in general. It's just a very, very outlandish hook that hooks a lot of people in and gets a lot of comments. And obviously when the floor completely changes after the blue stuff is poured on it, people can tell that this video is easily AI and that the product isn't actually the same as what they're saying. But yeah, like I already mentioned, this style will get your account off the ground and running extremely fast because it's just, as you can see, like these hooks aren't product focused or product central at all. It's really just something that is guaranteed to get people looped into the video. Before we go over the next account, because they are specifically selling an ebook, this is the site that I use and all my students use to actually make our ebooks. Obviously, we don't want to spend multiple weeks creating all these images and slides on Canva. So we just use this tool called autodigital.io. If you didn't even want to make your own website for your ebook as well, you can literally just link it to a shop here. Yeah, I've literally used this to make so many different ebooks. Speaking of ebooks, this is an example of one of the ebooks being ran on this account that we're about to go over. This is an example of an account that's not only getting a lot of views, but it's also converting extremely well. The product is very visual with things like this and this, but at the same time, every visual hook is very, very detailed for the product specifically. So if it's something oral related, it's going to show something oral related. If the product's gut related, it's going to show something gut or stomach related. So for example, let's take a look at this video that got 250,000 views.
This is sugar fat crystallized in your stomach. Watch what happens when you flush it out.
You need just cucumber, lemon juice, mint, and ginger in a blender. Blend and drink this every single day for 30 days. And watch what happens to that stubborn belly fat. This flushes the cortisol fat straight out of your stomach. 30 days and that belly is ready for this summer. Comment yes below and I will send you this full recipe. But make sure you're following me first or Instagram won't let me message you.
So yeah, he's specifically talking about gut health / a little bit of weight loss. And the very first visual hook is literally an upper body of something. I believe he said it was sugar fat, and he was basically saying that sugar fat is the reason to why you're not in the best shape you could possibly be in. And that's how they transition from a visual hook into something that actually talks about the product, relates with the viewer, and explains how it can help them. This is another example of an account producing good quality content that is able to convert, but at the same time getting loads of views because of how top of funnel the hook is.
Never mix coconut oil, turmeric, and baking soda together unless you want to put your dentist out of business.
Most people try everything, but toothpaste from the store cleans only the surface, but tartar sits underneath. Normal brushing never reaches it. Here is what actually works. 1 tablespoon of baking soda, and this lifts the yellow stains directly off the enamel. 1 tablespoon of turmeric, and this breaks the tartar apart from the inside.
1 tablespoon of coconut oil. This binds everything together and pulls the bacteria out.
Mix it into a smooth golden paste. Apply it to your teeth, leave it for 2 minutes, then rinse. As the tartar dissolves, the stains lift away and your teeth turn white again. Austrian people have been doing this for generations. No dentist needed. Comment yes for more natural health tips like this.
And this account is honestly leaving thousands of dollars on the table because they're simply not putting anything in their bio. like a super easy funnel and ebook she could be selling right now, is this was an entire video showing you how to make your teeth whiter with like a simple recipe. So they can literally have an entire ebook made with Auto Digital simply about little recipes that improve teeth health or just oral health in general, like cleaning your mouth. Or she could even go broader and do something like an entire ebook about secret recipes that apply to oral health, skin health, hair health, just a cookbook in general. $850 for Yusuf, another $600 for Yusuf selling his ebook, another 1.2K payout for Preston. He's already made over 5K in profit now. $600 for Ryan, 2.3K again for Preston. These are the types of payouts that you get when you pair hooks that reel tons of viewers in, and then you transition nicely into a high converting script for whatever you're selling. And don't focus on what you're selling, focus on the outcome of it. But if you want to work directly with me, I'll have the link down below in the description to Creator Labs Premium. But other than that, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.